Now we have Sagittarius moon, suns, and risings. This will be your March 2024 astrology prediction. You start the month on a good note, Sagittarius, as you have the sun in your 4th house, forming a good aspect to Jupiter in your 6th house. You might be getting some good rewards if you have been following some health diet and routine with a family member. For some of you, you could be easily accommodating the needs of a family member that changes somehow your day-to-day routine, but in a good and pleasant way. On this day, we also have Venus in Aquarius in your 3rd house of communication, publishing, writing, short distance travel, siblings and neighbors, in a good aspect to the North Node in Aries in your 5th house, in the house of fun, hobbies, entertainment, and children. I can see some of you Sagittarius communicating to others or talking about some hobby that you have or some creative project you're working on. For others of you, you could go on a short distance trip that is going to turn out to be quite fated, fun, and you will be able to enjoy since we have Jupiter, your ruler, in a good aspect to the Sun on this day. Venus rules your 6th and 11th house. Again, I do see some communication that you might be making or receiving about your day-to-day life, but also about your job. You could be given some news at work that is going to be karmic and fated, but that is going to be beneficial to you. You could also go out and spend a lot of time with your friends, your network, socializing and having a good time with them. Some of you could also receive or give some news related to your long-term assets and investments. You could also make some type of publishing, marketing related to health-related topics, but obviously that will be the case only for a few of you. If you are in the sales industry, you might also get a boost at this time. Maybe some detail-oriented kind of job that you do in your industry could turn out to be beneficial and quite rewarding. On March 3rd, we have Venus in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus. Some of you could be getting some lab results related to your health that you were not expecting, and that could be shocking in a way since, Uranus is the planet of shocks and surprises. Others of you could get some surprising news at work and, at your job. It could also be in the form of gossiping. I would be a bit careful in case the giver of a surprising news is you, as it could cause maybe some shakeups and instability at work. I would also be extra careful on the road at this time and drive a bit more, carefully and with caution, since the 3rd house also rules over short distance travel. On March 6th, we have Mars in Aquarius sextiling North Node in Aries. I see some of you feeling extra driven towards making public to others or somehow publishing a piece of art, a hobby, or an artistic endeavor that you have been working on that will be quite liked and respected by others. You will feel some push at this time to also pursue your hobbies, also which could be something that will unfold in some spiritual mission for you afterwards. In other words, it could be quite fated. On March 8th, we have Mercury conjunct Neptune in Pisces. There could be some type of confusion related to communications at home, maybe related to some furniture that you have purchased or some renovation that you have been making. Neptune is also the higher octave of Venus, so this day for some of you could feel quite blissful on the other hand, and happy and joyful. You could be talking, thinking, and communicating about spiritual topics, mysteries, the occult, religion, and even secrets. If you have been wanting to add some art to your home, this could also be a beautiful day to do so. If you are into tarots, maybe you'll also get a reading at this time. If not you, maybe it could be a family member also, since the 4th house is activated. This conjunction could really bring the spirit to your home also, and make you and the other people live with more compassion, be more supportive and selfless towards each other. On the other hand, it might bring, the confusion, fear, and paranoia, since Saturn is also transiting this house, so let's not forget that part also. On March 9, we have Mars in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus. And also we have Sun in Pisces sextiling Uranus in Taurus. So we have some contradicting energy going on this day. I do see some of you Sagittarius is becoming extra rebellious towards your daily routine and really wanting to break free from it. Others of you could feel really prone to just rebelling towards authority figures. I'd say be careful and cautious at this time. Maybe because some unthought or unthoughtful words and communication could lead to some kind of disruption or conflict at your job. On the other hand, you could use this drive to communicate and bring something innovative and creative at work. I'd also be a bit careful with your physical health. Try not to overdo things, and especially be careful as you drive to and from work on this day. And when I say on this day, I mean like 3 days before, 3 days after. The exact conjunction is on March 9th, or sorry, the exact aspect is on March 9th, but you could feel the effects of it, a few days before, a few days after also. But like I mentioned, this day, this transit is not all dark and gloomy, because we do have that Sun in Pisces from your 4th house making a good aspect to Uranus in your 6th house. So you could get some warmth and support from your family members related to a health issue or related to a work-related problem. Some excitement at home and something creative that you might be doing could benefit your health in some way, or it could lead to some type of discovery in the health department for you. It may feel a little challenging to stick to your normal routine at this time. So I would advise to, try to stay open-minded and try and explore new approaches to your day-to-day routine and home life also. On March 10th, we have Mercury entering Aries and sextiling Pluto in Aquarius, and on the same day, we have a new moon in Pisces. Mercury and Pluto add a lot of depth and thinking to your thinking habits and the conversations you have with others. This will be especially applied to topics related to your hobbies, fun, activities, and entertainment. I could see some of you adding some touches of like darker colors to your art pieces, quite literally. However, for most of you, you could be discovering some secret related to your children, if you have children, or it could be friends and people that you spend time with. You might also study the psychological effects that maybe some publishing, some writing piece or art or another, form of hobby that you have, what effects this could have on people. You could also have some stronger magnetism, powerful intellect, and intuition to really pursue others related to your hobbies and entertainment. I advise you here to avoid manipulations that you might be tempted, to do to other people, and to be aware if somebody else wants to do it to you. On the same day, we have the new moon in Pisces, like I said, at 20 degrees. So it is actually in a good aspect to Uranus. New sudden beginnings related to your home life, real estate, and new home environment. At the time of the new moon, there's literally a stellium in your 4th house. So really a lot of new energy, a new active energy in this aspect of your life that is going to feel exciting and energetic. And you will feel most likely open to make the changes that you've always wanted to do in your home life, with your family members, or just your real estate properties, and also in cooking, because the 4th house also rules cooking. On March 11, we have Venus entering Pisces. This is the day after the new moon. So Venus enters your 4th house, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, and it feels quite comfortable being here. So I believe most of you will feel like very joyous, very happy and excited at home, especially for these new beginnings that you are, starting with home-related issues. With Mars being here, though, it could turn into maybe some fights in your home environment with a romantic partner. You might also just feel very passionate to beautify your home, and you may also feel quite pushed and driven to make some changes. On March 17, we have Sun in Pisces conjunct Neptune. You could have some warm, caring, and loving environment at home on this day. With so much going on in your home and family and real estate matters, Sun is just giving its blessing to this house right before it leaves. So it is a good day to feel joyous and compassionate at home. Note that for you, Sagittarius, this is happening in an angular house, the fourth house. So all this active energy could also be reflected in the same way in your career and partnerships, and also in your physical body and the person that you are. You might feel and look loving and caring, and therefore creating a pleasant environment for other people around you. On March 19, we have Mercury conjunct North Node in Aries. This transit amplifies your mental capacity and intellect related to hobbies and artistic pursuits. You have the ability to think fresh and get some innovative ideas that are going to benefit this area of your life. At this time, you have the clarity and ability to turn ideas into things that are actually accepted by people and the masses. You could also get some type of download related to becoming popular amongst your circle of people. This day is quite karmic in nature, so if you have left your heart open and allowed the creativity and ideas to flow to you, then this is going to be a very beneficial transit. Mercury rules your 7th house of partnerships and 10th house of career. So some of you may feel inspired and might get some fresh ideas to turn your hobby into potential career, or at least incorporate your talents and skills into improving your career. For others of you, you could just be having fun and going out with a partner, be it romantic or not. That is going to make you feel good, and again, it's going to be fated in nature with the North Node being involved here. On March 21st, we have Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Maybe some cold communications at home on this day, or the relationship with a family member could feel a bit tested, or there could just be some kind of separation here. Be careful of feelings of guilt at this time, whether you feel like that yourself, or if someone makes you feel like it at this time. If you are into real estate, then this transit could mean that you could get some excellent opportunity to beautify your property. You might also be invited to some older people's homes, or it could be the other way around, to where you invite older people at your home, or just people that are more mature and authoritative in nature. On March 22nd, we have Mars entering Pisces. Mars is used to being very impulsive and motivated in its natural state, because it requires and demands, goal-related action. However, in Pisces, this planet soothes out a little bit and shift more towards the inner world of creating and imagining. During this time, it could really create the basis for what you can turn into reality and into the real world. This is again happening in your 4th house of home, family relationships, and real estate. With Saturn being here, though, you might feel driven and pushed to remove blockages you might be facing towards your real estate and home. You might also turn some creativity and beautifying you have been wanting to do probably into, you might turn it into something that's real and get some tangible results from it. For some of you, you might encounter or initiate some kind of confrontation with a family member, especially with a male figure or an authoritative figure at home. For a few of you, you might just be getting a workout equipment at home. But with both Mars and Saturn in this house, I would advise to be a little careful. Try to avoid having confrontations with family members. One way to mitigate the high energy of this transit is to channel all the energy and passion that you get into maybe working out, being physically active, or being active in creative and spiritual matters at home. I would also advise to work out in a swimming pool, because Mars is physical activity and Pisces is water, so that could also be a good idea that could benefit you. for you, Mars rules your 5th house and 12th house. So again, your spirituality, creativity, your spiritual hobbies, to kind of, try to make your home an emotionally safer place during this time. On March 24, we have Venus in Pisces sextiling Jupiter in Taurus. A lot of creative activity and energy at this time, and a lot of fun and entertainment, especially with your family members. The two benefics in a harmonious aspect make a beautiful day for pursuing your talents in your case and hobbies, especially when you're doing that when you are from home. Venus rules your 6th and 11th house, so maybe some of you will get some wish fulfillment related to home-related matters and your artistic abilities. You might also feel more ease into following or implementing your daily routine at this time. On March 25, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra. So we start with our first eclipse of the year. And for you, this is happening in your 11th house of networks, friends, community, and social media. Maybe a friend of yours might be passing away, unfortunately, around this time. I would also advise to be careful with your social media accounts and anything that you use to communicate with the masses, as eclipses sometimes tend to hide things. You might also get an opportunity to join a group of people whom you didn't really used to hang out before. This eclipse also triggers your 5th house of fun and hobbies, so make sure to stay safe around this time. Try to not engage into dangerous entertainment activities. Also take care of your 9th house matters of higher education, long distance travel, and higher knowledge. Make sure all your homework is done before the deadline, and that you've hit your submit button on your homework, or even double checking that your passport expiration dates are on check, and try to be on time at the airport if you also plan to travel around this time. On March 28, we have Venus in Pisces sextiling Uranus in Taurus. We close the month on a good note, Sagittarius, with Venus making a positive aspect from your 4th house of home. Again, same energy, family matters, family relationships, real estate. And this is going to be in a good aspect to your 6th house of health, daily routines, your jobs, and even your pets. So on this day, you might feel inspired to make some kind and heartfelt conversations with your family members related to your house matters and your daily routines. You might also be talking about a job potential challenge that you might have or have had at work, or it could be the other way around, where you talk about the beautiful things that you've encountered, maybe compliments that you've received, kind of like love and beautiful actions you've encountered at your job. You might also feel suddenly or unexpectedly comfortable and lovable towards family members, because we have Uranus here, the planet of surprises, so it might be something new, but it could also be the other way around, to where somebody else feels like that towards you. Okay, Sagittarius, this is what I had for you for the month of March 2024. I really hope that you enjoyed this month and really get the best out of it. I wish you all the most amazing blessings in your life. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching/listening. I will see you on the next video.